Hello everyone, I am Silly Squirrel.
And I am Master Rain.
And we are Revive Me Bro Games, a gaming podcast where two best friends discuss all things cooperative gaming, multiplayer games, and technology. Master Rain, how you doing, my man?
Man, doing well. Been seeing these updates that are coming out right now. It's a time of a lot of news at the moment. That's for sure. That is for sure. But you know what? I'm really excited about talking about this with you guys today. It's good. I'm gonna learn a lot. I feel like.
I'll learn a lot indeed, man. Today in the podcast, we're gonna do things a little differently. We're actually gonna have a panel, so to speak, a debate. A very, very civilized debate about the Nintendo Direct. And joining us on this, on this breakdown of the Direct is Johnnyboi, who you remember from our Apex Legends review. How you doing, Johnnyboi?
Doing good. Hello, everybody. How about you guys? Happy to be on the podcast.
Oh, I can't wait to get this going, man. It's gonna be saucy.
Yep. Agreed.
It's gonna be a good thing to talk about. That's for sure.
And then we also want to introduce, and if you've been a fan of the podcast and our streams, you will definitely recognize this person. The one, the only, Zapito Muerto. How you doing, Zapito Muerto?
What's up, everybody? I'm excited to be here with all of you. Let's
What's
talk
up,
about this shit, man.
I know, man, I know. But before we get to that, there's just a few things we need to do. First of all, Zapito, this is your first time here with us. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
A long time coming. We've been thinking about getting you on the pod sooner rather than later, and it's finally here. And what better way than to talk about the Nintendo?
Nintendo, yeah.
I know. So, why don't you tell us your top 3 games and then 2 games that you're playing right now?
Yeah. It's tough to pick 3 games, but I think let me give you like my first favorite game, and that was Perfect Dark, dude. When Perfect Dark came out, that was like my fucking game. Because everybody was playing GoldenEye. GoldenEye was fun, but Perfect Dark, man. It took it to another level. Took it to another level. Yeah. And then, this won't be part of my favorite games, but then after that, it was kind of Halo. I know we all like Halo over here. But then the other game that like I got addicted to so much would be like the Monster Hunter series. So I would say, I think the first one I played was Monster Hunter Ultimate, was it? I forgot. It was one on the PSP, and it was horrible to control.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was actually playing it in Nicaragua. I had a modded PSP, and so I was able to like play it by myself. And it was really hard to play by yourself, I'll tell you that. And you don't have like a right stick, like a right joystick to like move the camera, so it was fucking horrible.
Oh,
but anyways,
God, I can only imagine. You had that nipple, right, on the PSP, like that little.
Only one nipple though. You know what I mean? It was only one nipple to grab onto, but it did its thing.
No, I remember that PSP. I loved the PSP, but yeah, as the years went by, it got better. But anyway, so Monster Hunter, yeah, definitely one of your top games. What about your third game?
Third game. It's tough, man, but I really love Metal Gear Solid 2 in terms of the story.
Nice.
That game I could go back to every now and then. 3's great too, but 2 had that like crazy ending. That was like really ahead of its time.
Yeah, no, and I think it's more relevant now than it was back then. Like if you beat that game today, it's incredible how much stuff that has come true nowadays.
Yeah.
But that's a discussion for another time. But Metal Gear Solid 2 is the one that got me into thinking like games can be art, man.
Oh yeah, man. And I know I'm gonna go on a tangent, but even the first game, when they show credits, I'm like, what the fuck, man? This is supposed to be a video game. It's a movie now.
I remember the demo. I remember the demo, and it was like, the first like hour of the game, and it had credits. You're absolutely right. It's like starring David Hayter. I'm like, wait, what? I was like, what is crazy starring?
That's all it took to impress me. I was like, whoa. Fucking credits, man. I don't even like watching credits in a movie, but in a video game, hell yeah.
But yeah, so Zapito Muerto here has been, he's been playing a lot of the games we've been playing here at RMB. He's joined us in a lot of the streams, and he's a personal friend to all three of us. It's just like I said before, I'm just really excited to have him here and to talk about the Nintendo Direct. Oh, and before I forget, what are the two games that you're playing right now?
Oh, so I'm always playing Apex with these guys. So if you guys
Hell yeah.
am, you probably see me playing Apex with them. Johnnyboi, I would say, is probably the team lead. Fucking predator over here. Ray's very close second, and I'm pretty far behind. But you know what I mean? I follow orders when we do it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I've been playing a bit of the new Diablo 2 Resurrected game.
Of course you would.
Yeah,
that's good, man. I wanna try that game out.
You know what? I told you you wouldn't like it, but you know what? Since you like old games, you'll like it. You'll like it.
All right. That's what I like to hear.
It looks
all
good.
Right, so before we get into the proper podcast, let me just do a PSA. We are available anywhere you get your podcast. Basically, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. If you listen to podcasts, we're in there. You can also find us on Instagram at Revive Me Bro Games, Twitter at Revive Me Bro, and in TikTok at Revive Me Bro Games. If you like the podcast and you want to support us, please subscribe and rate our podcast. Also, check out our YouTube page with our latest streams and, of course, the pod. This is the best way to support us and spread the word. And without further ado, let's just go straight to the Nintendo Direct, guys.
Let's do it.
So, in this pod, we have definitely mentioned our displeasure with Nintendo. Mainly because of some of the practices that they have adopted throughout the years. We're still big fans of Nintendo. We still love to play their games. We just feel like sometimes Nintendo does some stuff that's kind of dirty, But regardless of that, we all love, Legend of Zelda. We all love the Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, Mario games, Metroid, stuff like that. So when a Nintendo Direct shows up, we listen. We want to see what Nintendo has up their sleeve, especially for this upcoming holiday.
Such a legendary company, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do they got, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, again, regardless of what some of their, dubious practices, like I have a Switch and I love playing on it, and it's a multiplayer. You can't help but play multiplayer games with your friends, right?
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go in chronological order, and we're not gonna mention or talk about all of the games, just some I guess that we really we're excited or have a few things to say, and we'll just move along that way. If we didn't mention a specific game, we apologize. We have to keep this short, but I think at the end of the day, you'll be pretty excited with what we have to say. So anyway, the first game that showed up on the Nintendo Direct was Monster Hunter. More specifically, what's the name of the game again?
Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak.
Wait, what?
Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak.
Sunbreak is this expansion that's coming out apparently.
Yeah.
An expansion to what exactly?
Monster Hunter Rise.
Monster Hunter Rise. I believe the expansion is called Sunbreak.
I don't have much to say about this. The only thing in my perspective, is that it looks dark and gritty and cool, but that's about it. What do you guys say, since you're more of a Monster Hunter fans than I am?
Yeah, those two are for sure more than me, so I want to know what you guys say.
So there's a big ass dragon, and that's all I see. So
okay.
I'm going to fight this dragon in the next expansion. I mean, it's cool, I guess. Rise didn't come out with the most monsters, man. So it's kind of surprising that this is going to be a paid DLC, but
yeah, I'm gonna probably wait till it comes out on PC. I heard that it's gonna come out on PC eventually, because they have only a certain time with Nintendo, like an exclusive deal for Monster Hunter to come out. So this is probably gonna be Monster Hunter Sunbreak's probably gonna come in a year after it comes into PC. Like next year, it'll come into PC.
I'm down to wait for it.
Because Monster Hunter Rise is probably going to come in 2022 to PC. So a year after that, they're gonna release Sunbreak on PC. They did kind of like a similar deal with PC and the consoles
with Iceborne. You're right. You're definitely right.
With
That's
World.
true.
Yeah.
So
consoles first.
right.
It seemed like
I have it. I have Rise on Switch, but I'll probably wait till on PC. I just like playing on PC a lot better. The loading screens take a lot less time than on the Switch.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a patient man.
Yeah.
That's exactly kind of the way I'm feeling. Like it's probably going to be a cool expansion. It's going to be awesome, but I'd prefer to wait for it on PC just because I love this game. But after you play it for a few hundred hours, you know, like weeks on end, you get bored of it. So like, I don't want to kill that fun. I'll wait for it on PC.
You'll wait till you can play it the way you want to play it, so you enjoy it. You know.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah,
more.
exactly. The right way. Like I needed to buy, like, of course I'd prefer to play it on PC, but I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for the PC release. So I played it on Switch, but you know, 30 frames a second after you've done 60 is hard to fucking do.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Especially after
That
all
and,
this game. Yeah.
Yeah.
That and like you can't really chat over the
Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah.
At least when the game
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah.
Mm.
30
Right.
frames.
So-
I'm telling you.
So,
But great
So
game.
bottom-
Awesome game though. Awesome game.
Okay.
I'm glad they're expanding. That's what I wanted to say. I'm glad that they're expanding these type of games. They're still working on them. Zapito said that it kind of came out and like not enough monsters were out. So at least they're adding more monsters and hopefully they'll fix some of it. Because I remember I forgot the dude who was talking, but he was saying stuff on Nintendo Direct like there's gonna be a brand new monsters and whole new blah 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 for you to explore and all this stuff. So it's like okay, hopefully they're gonna fix the gripes that people had with the game. But we shall see.
All right. So bottom line is like there is some level of excitement. You're just gonna wait and see what else the game offers. Like
Exactly.
you'll eventually play it. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome game though. Recommend it.
All right. Cool. Next on the list, and this it's a good one. Mario Party Superstars.
So explain what this is real quick. Explain what's coming out. Somebody explain what's coming out with Mario Party. Like what are they doing?
Johnnyboi.
Oh God, I'm seething.
He's pissed, you guys.
Seething with a rage. All right, so I have tabs open on my computer.
Okay, hold up.
game.
Before you go
Beautiful.
into like your anger, it's like let's explain first real quick. Like
Oh, that's what I'm gonna go into. I was
go
gonna
ahead.
explain the new game. So Mario Party Superstars is gonna be a brand new game that's gonna be $59.99. So it's gonna have Nintendo 64 boards.
Oh,
That's what this game is.
Wow.
Wait, it's just N64 boards?
Five.
Or...
5. It says, calling all superstars, Mario Party is back with 5 classic boards from the Nintendo 64 Mario Party games. It's not new boards. It's
Old boards.
Old boards.
Old boards.
And yeah, so it's a full price game for 5 old boards. They're probably gonna add a few like new mini games that the one that came out earlier had. But that game didn't come out that long ago. The old Mario Party came out in 2018.
And I do know they're also adding like a few like different like multiplayer type games. There's like a survival mode apparently, and then there's also like a tag team mode. Again, I don't necessarily know exactly what they're going for here, but
I think those are just the mini games, dude. I think that what you're talking about are just like the mini games, like the style of mini games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there's one because I was just watching a trailer as you said that, and one other and the one survival one was a mini game, them running around and the balls are shooting them off and you have to survive. The tag team one was 2 people in 2 cars and they're racing each other. You know, it's just like the old mini games from forever.
I see, and you know, like I think it's really important to like exactly what Johnnyboi said. It's like I have the Super Mario Party whatever game, and my wife and I played many hours of it, but we only play it because it's like, well, when friends come over, it's a great game to play.
It is.
But
It's
man,
fun.
It is so barren of content.
Damn.
So to hear that they're making a new one and they're selling this like basically an expansion for another $60.
So come on, y'all. What are you guys doing over there? I mean, we get that you guys are a corporation gonna make money, but come on now. Like could this have been like an update to like the old Mario Party, the one that's already out? Could it have just been like a DLC, like make a paid DLC for all I care, right?
Yeah, like a $20 like a $20 or $30 DLC, but like
a full blown. Sorry, let me finish this out real quick. This full blown new game. I'm looking at the graphics. It looks like a Wii game. You know, it's like I'm not impressed. And like it's 64 and better graphics. Cool, but like. For a full price game, if it was like $10-$20, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. It's expansion, whatever. But a full price game is a whole different story.
All right, I'm gonna ask Silly a question I already know the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
Has Mario Tennis gotten updates since you got Mario Tennis?
I think one, and that was like a year and a half ago, maybe.
It's gotten updates, and there were free updates. I'm gonna start with that. That game sold 3 million copies. Mario Party sold 15 million copies.
Oh my god, bro. Shut the fuck
for
up.
Nintendo. And they treat it like trash. No new updates, just 6 boards, and you got a game bearing up with almost no content and no updates. Like, they've have other games that they've updated and provided a lot of free updates for. That made a lot less money than Mario Party. And then for them to treat it like trash and not give people like at least a new board or new game modes throughout that time.
Dude,
I'm not happy.
I'm with you. I was so disappointed when I saw when I first booted the game and I saw there was only 4 boards. I'm like, and you have to play them. You have to play them 3 times if you want to like if you want to like quote unquote complete it. It's like, dude, at one point my wife and I were so freaking bored of the games and the boards. It's like, it's fun the first 3 hours, but then after that, it's like, oh my god! Like really, if you don't play it with friends, it's boring.
Let me
There's really real quick. No interesting mechanics to it, like no new mechanics or anything like that. So it's
Let me interject real quick. So the way I see it and the way I feel about it, and tell me if like you guys feel the same way or not, but. Like we all love Nintendo. We spend money on Nintendo games for sure, but it doesn't feel like these games are like for us as an audience anymore, because it's like we're looking at it and we're just kind of looking at it like, why are you re-releasing this, right? But let me put it to you in a different perspective. As a parent who's just trying to get their kid to like relax, you know, and just kind of like do something to do, that's a good thing to do. And a whole new game came out for the holiday season. Let's buy them a new game, right? You know, fun. Here you go. You got a whole new game, Johnny or Susie. You know, like little Johnnyboi or little Susie girl, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like man, here's a whole new game,
Susie
right?
boy better be dumb, man, because he's like, Mama, this game's the same game I had.
But yeah, dude. But that's the thing, though. Like, I mean, kids 5 and younger, 10 years old, like, are they gonna realize, right? Are they gonna really realize what's going on? Because like we've played the 64 Mario Party. You know what I'm saying? And like for us, it's like, why are you guys re-releasing this? I mean, the kids haven't really played it, but that's my point though. And I feel like this idea, this atmosphere of like, let's make the kids happy is definitely, I feel like, the atmosphere that is throughout the Nintendo Direct. However, from Nintendo in the past, that I feel like, you know, making the kids happy versus Nintendo today, I don't feel like Nintendo today is necessarily like, yeah, let's put out a really strong product first and then, you know, monetize it. I feel like let's monetize it as much as we can. You get what I'm saying? And then we go from there. So we'll see if you guys feel about that in the other games that have come out, because there are some really interesting games that have come out.
Okay.
Zapito. But if you think about it, man, like, I don't think they know their audience, right? Like, you would assume that like if they're releasing N64 maps, we're the audience, right? We're the ones that played N64. Like, you know, kids don't know what the the N64 ones were, you know?
Right. That's a good point. But then why are they going to do it in such a lackluster way? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
you would think
that doesn't, for sure, that doesn't like forgive the shit, right? So like, I don't know, I was looking it up right now. Mario Party 64, the first game, had 5 boards.
What?
You know? Yeah. So, yeah. So same game right here. And like, in a sense, I'm excited that they're bringing back the N64 boards, because for some reason, man, ever since the N64, Mario Party couldn't create boards, right? I don't know. They always like thought of some weird ass mechanic, and it never felt like Mario Party anymore.
That's true.
Yeah, no, and I'm with you there. Like, as much as it gripes me, and as much shit we're talking about, like the Mario Party games, a little part of me was like, oh my god, they're bringing the Nintendo 64 boards.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's
You know,
exciting.
like,
Right,
but then when you figure
right,
out it's a
yeah.
new game, that's when
Yeah.
you're like,
that's
oh,
when
fuck you
it's
guys,
like
but-
it ruins it for me. It's like,
Exactly.
come on.
And that's another thing. They really sold the nostalgia really well in this Nintendo Direct, I feel like, as well.
Yeah. But you know what, man? I'll tell you one thing. This shouldn't surprise us because I remember Mario
True,
Party on the
true.
3DS. On
Yep.
the 3DS, they would come out with like a main Mario game, and then I think they would come out with the Superstars game, and it would just be like a crappier game with a shit ton of mini games. Like it would not have a board, or it would have like one board. So I think this is what they're doing here. It's like they have like a mainline one, and then they have one where they just like to show off a bunch of mini games. And so I guess in this one they're like, here, have the N64 boards, but it's still $60. So that's the thing. These are handheld games at this point. They're not fucking full-fledged console games.
All right, so let's move on. And bottom line, are we excited or not?
No.
Yes and no. I'll get it on sale.
Yeah, yes and no.
I'm gonna wait to buy it. If they update it, then I'll probably buy it. But if they do the same thing they did with the past Mario Party, I'm not gonna bother with it.
Yeah, I bought mine through Best Buy with coupons and like a sale. So I ended up paying maybe $15 for my Mario Party copy. So I think if I do the same route, then I think it'll be worth it. But
exactly.
paying full price, hell no.
I paid full price.
No.
That's
I'll
why
be
I'm
excited
at.
to play it at a friend's house, maybe if they have enough remotes and everything like that, perhaps. But other than that,
Man,
Right,
they should put
moving on.
multiplayer in those games. Online
there is
multiplayer.
online.
there is
There
online
is.
multiplayer. That's the
There
good
is.
thing. That's the
there
cool
is?
thing. There is.
There is.
In the older one, there was the one on Switch.
Yes, they
Interesting.
updated that. Yeah,
I didn't know. Okay.
they just say it once, but they never really. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you can play with friends online, but that's it.
But is it matchmaking, or do you have to like be friends with
No,
them?
I'm not sure because I haven't tried it out.
Yeah, probably friends only. But they should have
Probably.
matchmaking, man.
They
Give it some
should.
life.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on. The next game is Disco Elysium: The Final Cut.
Oh yeah, that's a good one, man.
All right, so like this game, for those who don't know, is basically a PC RPG.
It's a CRPG. Yeah, exactly.
CRPG, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No joke. Just like a month ago at work, we were talking about this game, and my first thought was like, I wonder if it's on the Switch, and it wasn't. But then I saw that they were gonna announce it, and I'm like, oh my gosh! Like this game, I think is perfect for the Switch. Like
It is.
I think playing it on PC is kind of like the way to go, right? Especially for these type of games. But man, like the game received multiple awards and very, very high reviews from GameStop and IGN and all these other places. And I think the Switch is one of those consoles that it's like, because it's so mobile, it's like, man, it's too juicy to like be like, oh, I'm gonna like play this before going to bed or while you're on a trip or something like that. Like, I don't know, Disco Elysium just seems like a perfect fit for the Switch. And so personally, I'm hella excited. I'm buying this game when it comes out.
Yeah, dude, I'm
That's
in
cool.
the same boat. Like,
That's cool.
these are the types of games that need to be on portable because there's a
Exactly.
lot of reading. What's great about this one is that they came out with a new update, so everything has voiceover.
Yep.
And it's like a
It's
shit ton of dialogue, man.
It's a Metacritic must play. That's a big deal. That's cool, man. Like everybody rated it high. Like even very positive on Steam. Hell yeah, dude. And it looks exactly right. Like perfect for the Switch's environment. You know what I'm saying?
Like even if you look, if you look at like the gameplay, it's like you look at it and you're like, is this on the Switch? You know, like I don't know how to explain it, but just the art style and the way you play it is like, it kind of reminds me of the ports for like Torment, Planescape Torment, or Baldur's Gate and stuff like that. It's it's like, and these games work really well on the Switch. And so it just makes sense to me that, they're announcing Disco,
that's awesome.
Disco Elysium, and it's the updated version. I'm excited for it. I think
However,
however,
that is not a Nintendo like title. That's just like a title that they're gonna get.
Oh no, it's third party.
Yeah, third party. Yeah.
But moving on, the next game is Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. Any thoughts on that one, guys?
I never really played Hyrule Warriors. I thought it was cool that they did like a Dynasty Warriors type of thing with Hyrule Warriors. What's it called again? Okay, Age of Calamity. So the way I feel about it I'm glad that they're expanding the Legend of Zelda IP. It's maybe like a 7 out of 10 kind of in my book. Like, even with the expansions or whatever, like maybe I need to play it to actually get an idea of how cool it might be. I don't know, but I'm just like, it's cool. It's cool. I'm glad they're doing it. Like, kind of like what I said with the other game, like with Monster Hunter. I'm glad that they're updating and keeping things alive, keeping games alive. Like, that's cool. Is the update to it? Is it paid? It's a free update. I'm pretty sure, right?
I don't know about that. I think it's an expansion, but
yeah.
But I played the game. It's a good one. It's a good game.
It's a good one. Okay.
Yeah. I like those types of games, and they do it well with Zelda.
That's good.
But the frame rate's horrible. So.
That's the thing. I was gonna ask.
It's like 15 frames per second.
Jeez,
it's ridiculous.
That's a freaking slideshow. Okay.
So I stopped playing that.
Yeah.
I think it might be a new game based on the price. It's $60
for the expansion.
I don't think it's an expansion.
Oh no!
I think it might be a new game.
It's 20 for the expansion. Game? Sorry.
Yeah, because Nintendo has a price at $59.99.
Okay.
For Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
Yeah, that's the main game. That's a game.
Yeah, there was an expansion pass that came out in June of this year. So I'm assuming that the update they're giving to it is just a free update, because I didn't hear anything about it being paid. Which like I said, I'm glad that they're updating stuff, man. I'm glad they're expanding the IP. I have to check it out to see how well it is. I feel like it's a 7 out of 10 in my book. But I mean, Zapito saying that the frame rate is like 15 to 30. That's really low, dude, for like a fast action paced game. Like, I don't think I could actually do that.
It's annoying.
Yeah. All right, so what's the next? Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I think Dynasty Warriors works best without the Chinese history. Like, it makes more sense for me with Zelda. And cool. To be honest, it's the only I've played a lot of Dynasty Warriors because I love the idea. I love the idea.
So fun.
But I get bored after 45 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's mindless fun. The only like cool aspect is like trying to unlock other characters and like different skills and stuff. So that's why the Zelda ones are better, because those older Dynasty ones, what you start noticing is that they have a bunch of characters, but like they share the same skills across each other.
Yeah, exactly. And so like, but in this case, it's like, even the Berserk one. I actually I really like the Berserk one, but it's like it's one of those games. It's like after 45 minutes to an hour, it's like even though I want to keep going, I get bored. But Hyrule Warriors is one of the few ones that I played it and I liked it because I'm controlling Link, because I'm controlling Ganondorf, because I'm controlling Zelda, and they all have different, like you said, different skills. So it made it more about experimenting than it was really about the big fights, So it could expand the IP to different directions. It's like, wow, like Zelda and the Dynasty Warriors did really good. Yeah. It's like, what about another IP doing something a little different? I mean, we saw it with Metroid becoming from a 2D side scroller to a first person shooter. It's like there's a history of this, so I think it's just a good sign, and it gets me pumped to see like, okay, like Nintendo, take more risks, like give your IP to other people and see what they come up with.
Exactly. Yeah. I totally agree with that. But it's good that they're working on it. It's good that they have stuff that and I looked at the expansion, like it's definitely like a pretty decent expansion to the game, looks like. So I think that's pretty decent. But you mentioned Metroid. Is that the next one that we're going to talk about by any chance?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna say something about Metroid for sure.
We'll get there. All right, yeah. Real quick.
And sorry, before you keep going, I know we skipped one game in the direct, but it doesn't look that good. But it could be. Yeah. I think the card game could be fucking good. We'll see.
All right. I mean, I skipped it because I really didn't find any interest. But you're more of that type of player. So, do you want to like maybe say what the name of it is and what do you think?
Yeah. It's called Voice of Cards: The Isle Dragon Roars. It's kind of giving me vibes of like deck building games, kind of like Slay the Spire. But it's made by Square Enix, right? So it'll have like some RPG flair to it. So it could be good. Who knows? That's all I can say about it. Yeah.
All right. Well, you heard it from Zapito's voice himself.
And that's a game that the Switch can handle.
Yep. Hopefully 30.
All right. Next game. Oh, I'm so excited for this one, guys. Chocobo GP.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
You don't like Final Fantasy?
I'll just say this. I'll just say this. If Crash Nitro did really well, and Diddy Kong Racing back in the day did really well,
and Sonic Racers,
and Sonic Race, actually, yeah, and like they released a sequel actually,
and Mario Kart.
Well, Mario Kart is the king,
Right. It's just them. Sorry, go ahead.
So like Chocobo GP, I saw it. I thought it was adorable. Will I buy it? Probably not. But hey, at least it's something different, So all right, cool.
I mean, it's Mario.
Kids are gonna like it.
Yeah, kids are gonna like it. I mean, I'm looking at the tracks. I mean, we're driving on like Rainbow Road and stuff. Like it's Mario Kart with the Chocobo theme, with the Final Fantasy theme over it, which is let's get that Final Fantasy in going. But like
Zapito's gonna buy it. I know.
He's gonna buy it. Just try it out.
I like Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I don't know if you get to play as any of the characters. I think you just play as like. Well, actually, there's a couple people there that might be interesting to play as,
But yeah, they've came out with like other Chocobo games in the past. I don't think they ever did really well here, but I think they do well in Japan.
All right. Well, speaking of games that do well in Japan and also everywhere, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. There's going to be a final announcement. I mean, obviously,
that's sad.
This game. I'm sorry.
That's sad. It's the last character.
Yeah. But at this point, I'm over it.
Hey, I don't play it anymore, but
I don't. Yeah, the online connectivity is shit. Anytime I play with any of my friends, it's like rarely do I get a match that's not laggy, even though we have high speed internet. It's
that's not fun at all, man.
A big aspect is like the horrible Wi-Fi device that they have in the Switch. It's horrible.
Yeah, and
even connect that's the only way you can really do it is using an Ethernet connection. But to make sure that all the people playing are using that, it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. But at the end of the day, it is the end of an era, I guess, so to speak. Like, this is the Smash Brothers that has everyone that you can think of. So I mean, my guess is the last character. I want to say it's Master Chief, but I have a feeling it's going to be some other Fire Emblem character. But that's just
you think they do? You think they do him dirty that way? Another Fire Emblem character is the last one.
Man, I don't know.
That'd be mean.
What's your guess? What's your guess?
Oh, I have no idea. But Fire Emblem, I just know they would be pissed. They would be pissed. That's what it is.
It's like, oh, okay, that's the last one. Thank you, everybody.
I know it's not going to be Waluigi, even though a lot of people want Waluigi. It's not going to be him.
We should think of sense. Are there any new IPs coming to Nintendo or like third-party games? That's a great question. That's probably what they're going to go for.
Disco Elysium.
Yeah, imagine that. The drunk.
Or a Star Wars character. Who knows? They are bringing Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, that would make them happy, right?
But what if it's a Disney character?
Yeah, but someone's gonna bitch about another guy with a sword.
Yeah. What'd you say, Jim?
What if it's a Disney character? I thought I saw something about a Disney game on
Sora?
Fucking Disney.
Oh shit!
Yeah. From Kingdom Hearts.
It could be
from Kingdom Hearts.
So what's coming? What's coming to Nintendo right now? It's Disney. Well, I guess the Star Wars is Disney.
Well, there's a Magic Kingdom game that we kind of skipped, but that's about it. I'm like, next.
Nah.
But it'd be cool if it was Sora. That would be a cool character to have.
Yeah,
Sora could work.
Master Chief, Zora, maybe a Star Wars character, and the other Crash Bandicoot.
I don't know.
The silence is deafening.
Crash should be okay.
I think Crash Bandicoot would be appropriate.
No, I think it would be appropriate, but I don't think it's going to happen.
All right, so moving along.
Joanna Dark, throw her in. Joanna Dark.
Yes. All right, moving along. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. And the reason I put this game here, for me, one of my favorite games in Nintendo 64 was Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards.
Yeah, that was cool.
I love that game.
It was a fun game, very sweet, hard as heck the first time you're playing. And it was the first game I completed 100%. Kirby in the Forgotten Land is giving me that like Crystal Shards vibe. It's a 3D Kirby game that has this like exploring aspect to it that I like. A little bit of a different gameplay, and also, if I may say, it's one of the few games my wife will actually play besides the Mario parties and carts. It's like Kirby, she'll play it, she'll beat it, she'll like. It's kind of cute, to be honest. It's like, hey, honey, the new Kirby game is coming out, and we'll play.
Dude, watch the final boss get dark, though. Like, really
dark.
Yeah,
like the Nintendo 64 one was scary. And the music of that game was good. So I have high hopes for this one. I mean, Kirby historically has had very good games. They're just aimed to more of the kids and.
But this one's for everybody. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. It's like Kirby's very accessible. Like even if they look for kids, they're still challenging enough that you'll get enjoyment out of it. Anyway, so moving along, and I have honestly nothing to say about this game because I refuse to play it, but I'm sure all of y'all have something to say. Animal Crossing: New Horizons. I believe there's an expansion coming. Is that what it was?
Yes, it's like they're adding some stuff. I don't think it's a paid one. I think they're just adding more things to the game, which is, again, I'm glad that they add things to their existing games that people really like. However, if they're gonna, Don, what's the character in the game? If they're gonna put us in debt just to buy the new one, they're like that's not cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Doc Nook, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of friends that loved it. They made like their own islands and decked it out with all like their favorite EDM artists. I thought that was really cool. They visited. I thought that was really cool. So like I said, I'm glad. I won't particularly go out of my way to buy it. I'm just glad because as like a developer and a company and a consumer, it's cool to see new things come out for a very loved game.
Mm-hmm. Johnnyboi and Zapito?
I don't have anything on this one. I never played an Animal Crossing game. It's not my type of game, but I know a lot of people like it and enjoy it. Like, not much of a builder in games. I leave that up to Luis.
Shout out to Luis.
I'll grab materials and go exploring, but I'm not much of a builder. Like, I'll build up 4 walls and a roof,
like,
and
does it
I'm
have
done.
Guns? Yes, I'll play it.
Well, I like Valheim and
we
stuff
like adventure,
that,
man.
Like, I make the most efficient building, just like 4 walls and a roof. That's it.
No. Zapito, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I'm like Johnny, man. I tried the game out because like people were really talking about it, and people were excited, and I just got bored after a few days.
That's
about it.
Well, fair enough. So anyone who's a fan of Animal Crossing, I'm sure you're very excited. We sadly aren't. So moving on. Mario Golf Super Rush.
Whoa.
So let me say this. This is a free update. It's the second free
update.
They're adding a Koopa and Ninja. I've never heard of Ninja before. But, okay, cool. They're adding
Ninja
2 characters. I know, right? And they're adding 2 additional courses. And I'm just going to say that this makes me happy. It's a game that I've been playing a lot with my wife, and I'm playing a lot with some friends. And it is a lot of fun. Like, I'm really enjoying it. There are things of the game that I kind of wish they did a little different, but overall, it cleanses my mouth from playing the Super Mario Tennis game. I think this is a good update. I think this is gets me excited. I'm definitely going to keep playing Mario Golf. This was great for Nintendo on my part. Give me some of that free updates. Zapito, Johnnyboi?
I don't have it, but played it with you, and it's a fun game. Like,
that's right.
Something
wonderful mechanics. You thought that was okay. I thought they were
definitely something I'll eventually get. It's just I got other games on my list right now.
Exactly.
Zapito's like, move on.
No. Yeah, same here. I don't own the game, but if it's on sale, I'll buy it. You like it?
All right. Next game, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic remastered.
Okay.
No. Sorry, not remastered. It's the old game ported to the Switch. It's not the remastered.
Dog. Like, okay, so the PlayStation 5 and the PC are getting the remastered versions all built up from the ground up. The Switch is just going to get, hey, here's the old one. It's still a great game, don't get me wrong, but it just goes to show that the Switch just can't handle these newer games today, like on that level. And that kind of makes me sad.
It's like they're getting the sloppy seconds, really.
Literally, you can see it. Like, at this point, it's like a very clear example. Like, again, I'm super glad they're getting Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, same.
Super cool, don't get me wrong. However, it's very obvious at this point that the Switch just cannot handle like even like a percentage of the remastered version, you know? So it's like, you know, if you own a Switch and a PC, are you really gonna buy Qatar on the Switch, or are you gonna buy it on the PC? Especially if you have anything above like a 1700 graphics card or whatever, NVIDIA graphics card.
Dude, honestly, it actually surprises me that they waited this long to release this game, because it's been available on the phones for many years now.
You're freaking right, dude.
It like blows my mind that now they're getting it on the Switch. And again, it makes me really excited, but
why
as someone
now?
I've only played like a few hours of this game on PC. I'm looking forward to the remastered, because then I'm gonna give it another shot.
Exactly.
And, like, really play it.
Exactly.
Will I buy it on the Switch? No, but I am glad it's at least available. It's just a little late for that, you know. It's like okay, like great. It's like
I think the only people who are gonna buy, honestly, are like reviewers and the people who don't own a PlayStation or a PC and want to play something Star Wars. Like, you know, there's probably a few people out there like that, but it's not that many, I feel, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, I could be totally wrong, but at the same time, like, we're seeing the demand for PCs and PlayStation 5s go up, so we'll see how well this game does when it comes out. It's just, to me, it's kind of like a slap in the Switch's face a little bit.
A little bit, but at least they're getting something. Right?
At least they're getting something.
What about you guys? What do y'all think?
It's a port, whatever, man.
I got the same sentiment. If I can get a PC, I'll get on PC instead.
But you know what, man? I wouldn't be surprised if the new remastered one eventually gets on like the Switch. I'm sure they're coming out with like a more powerful Switch. Because they even love to port over games that they shouldn't be porting over to the Switch, right? Like Outer Worlds, I believe, was the name of one, and it ran like horrible, but it's an awesome looking game. Like if you play it on the computer.
Yeah.
Doom they did pretty well. But yeah, exactly. They can figure out a way to port it over. It's just gonna look like shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, The Witcher famously, like, the whole game's in the Switch, but it's like HD. And if you play it off of the dock, it's like 720.
Oh my! Wow.
Yeah.
No, on the
like,
dock it's 720, and in the Switch it's like less than
what
720.
Oh, no
it's like
way.
540.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
but you know what? It doesn't look that bad on a handheld. I'll tell you. Like you
I
can
guess
kind of
that's true. The
forgive
screen
it.
is pretty small.
You can kind of forgive
small.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. The screen is really.
It's
small.
still The Witcher portable. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, that's a good example of what to expect.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the release of the 4K OLED Switch, maybe they won't have to.
2025 or something.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
All right, next game, Dying Light 2, Stay Human, and Dying Light Platinum Edition.
Is that going to be a game that's going to be running at like another 10 frames on the Switch?
Dude, how's it going to run Dying Light 2? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dying Light 1 was a really good game. Yeah. It was a really, really good game.
I think we should play that, actually. I think it's a 4-person co-op game.
No way.
The second one for sure is. And
maybe it's only 2 players. I'm not sure, but yeah, it is a good game. I got it on sale. Yeah.
Ooh, you just tickled me fancy.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, the new one for sure is it says 2 to 4 player co-op. I'm not sure about the first one.
I'll have to verify the first one.
We'll check it
We'll
out.
have to check, but yeah.
Well, maybe
check it out.
Besides, maybe we do one night Phasmophobia, the other night Dying Light.
Stay human, bro.
It is a 4-player co-op.
Yeah, it's 4 players. Yeah.
It actually releases on the Switch on February 4th of next year. So we can start playing it now.
It's a cheap game to buy if you don't have it.
I wonder how much it's going to be. I wonder how much it's going to be for the Switch to buy it, if it's going to be full priced.
Yeah.
Oh
for sure.
my, for sure.
No, but even on the PC, it's gonna be 60. I was referring to the old game that you can.
$5.
$5.
Okay, I was about to say.
So wait, do you want to play Dying Light 2? Is that what?
Yeah.
You just want to get.
I'm saying, well, when's Dying Light 2 coming out?
Well, on the Switch is next year.
No, yeah, but
I don't know. I'm on the PC. I have to look it up.
I was saying we could try out the first one for a few episodes.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Yeah, well, on PC is coming out February 2022, so in 4 months.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
But the
we can try
first
the
one
first
is
one out,
4-player co-op, as well.
And I think it's $30 right now.
Oh, shoot. Oh, that's interesting.
Right.
So everybody's getting like Dying Light 2, like a full console PC release at the same time, basically. That's interesting.
Yep.
That's cool.
Cool.
It's a
Very
good
cool.
game, good zombie game. It's if you've played Dead Island, it's basically Dead Island, just better.
But can the Switch run it?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
But no, it's a good game to see coming to the Switch. It has a lot of potential, and we'll see if it runs it. Great, it's a great game that'll come to the Switch. So, yeah. So now we're going into a few Nintendo-owned properties. Metroid Dread.
Here we go. Yes. All right, dude.
All right.
Dude, I think I am so glad that they're bringing back the story of like the virus, the whatever virus it was called. I thought that was so cool. It's like that one from the Game Boy game from a long time ago, and it's like
Fusion, yeah,
and it plays like exactly the same. It looks exactly the same.
Virus X, I think it was called.
The Virus X, yeah, the X virus,
Yeah.
the Virus X, dude. I thought that was so cool. I loved the enemies. I loved how the environment looked on the Game Boy. I actually played that one on an emulator because I didn't have a Game Boy at the time. But it was nice because you can save the spot and you can defeat the bosses really easily. You know what I'm saying? but
Dude.
Go ahead.
No, dude. It was actually it was the first Metroid game that I beat, and I have really fond memories. I have really fond memories of this game. Again, I also played it on the emulator. Sorry, Nintendo. But dude, it was one of the. I never thought I'd be so scared playing a 2D side scroller.
Yeah, that one was
that
freaky.
game was terrifying, but like in a good way. I liked it.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. And then to see it, that story expanded again on the Switch. It's still that 2D side scroller, but it's like 3D environments or whatever. The thing about it though is that I just understand, and I always bring back the performance of the Switch because there's other things that perform just so much better, and you can see it how they perform better. And I feel like because of the Switch's capabilities and limits, you're not gonna get like that first person like 3D Metroid for a while. Like we're getting a Metroid now, but it's like that side scroller Metroid, and I don't know. It's just to me, it's a little bit like, hey, we've done this before. Like we've been here before. Right, like we literally played the other one on the Game Boy. Like it's basically the same style of game, right? So honestly, I was really excited when I first heard about Metroid Dread being announced, and then when I saw it, the actual game, my excitement honestly went down by a lot because I was like, like I love the 3D Metroid a lot. That was really fun. I kind of want to stay in that version of Metroid. I get it's kind of going back to the basics or whatever. The nostalgia is cool. But I'm a little bit like, it doesn't really tickle my fancy. I'll get it. If I get the Switch, I'll get it and I'll play it, But I'm not like, whoa, I want to play this really bad. It's not like Smash. It's not like The Legend of Zelda that I'm like, I really wish I could play those games right now. It's just like, hey, if I can get my hands on it, yeah, I'll play it. What are your thoughts, Silly, on that?
I want to play that shit so bad. Like, I'm kind of with you in the same note. Like I loved Fusion. I'm looking forward to seeing the story move forward. And honestly, it just looks great. Like I never really played the Metroid Prime games, to be honest. And so for me, like Metroid is the 2D side scroller. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, once they released a freaking like Metroid Prime 4, like, I would love to get started with that, but so far, just seeing a new game and not a rehash of an older story is always a positive for me, especially with a Nintendo game.
Because it's more like a sequel of an older story. Like it's continuing on a story, like in the universe and in a good way. Like at least it's that. Like it's not. It's almost a rehash, but it's not. It's not. Like it's totally expanding the IP, totally expanding the story. And Samus's suit looks really good. Like they did put good detail into her suit, and the environment doesn't look bad at all. So we'll see. I'm just personally, Metroid Prime is like how you play Metroid for me, because like, yeah, I beat the Game Boy ones, but I beat Metroid Prime first. That was the first one that I beat, and that was extremely hard game. The final boss was like, at least to me at the time, like it was really difficult, right? Then went on to the emulators, played Metroid Prime 2, then finally played Metroid Prime 3, Corruption. I loved it. I don't care what people say about like whatever the ratings were. I had a lot of fun just taking my time and exploring and seeing the environment. But that's me personally. No, the exploring part, I really like that.
All right, muchachos.
I'll probably wait till a Metroid Prime type of game, like Metroid Prime 4. On this one, like I don't know, the price kind of turns me off. I guess because I'm biased when it comes to 2D side scrollers. I feel like they should be around $30, kind of like Hades, games like Hades and stuff like that. Price seems a little steep for like a 2D side scroller. Like indie studios sell great games like similar quality for like $30.
I agree. I completely agree with everything he just said. Yeah.
All right.
That's my only thing on that. But I would like to play it. But yeah.
Zapito?
Yeah, exactly. It looks good. I never played many of the Metroid games, but I did play Fusion. But I didn't get too far in it. Anyways, it looks good. Like you said, there's gonna be a Metro Prime coming eventually, so you'll get the 3D game, Rain.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah,
these games should be costing $30 or something like that. But it's Nintendo,
That's
right? Every game they ship is 60. So.
Bam! He does he not say the truth with those words right there?
Now we're getting into something that I've been dying to talk about, and it's the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. Before I say my piece, I want to hear what you guys have to say about this.
It's about damn time, Nintendo, that you guys freaking gave us emulators like this. I mean, you got some on the Wii, sure. It got some like Majora's Mask in the 3DS, sure, but like, come on, there's all these games that like people will buy and play, and they're finally doing it. They're finally gonna give us that nostalgia. Which, hey, we talked a little bit about the nostalgia being bad. I think this nostalgia is good. Like, I think this is good for Nintendo to finally put out these 64 games, like the old ones that people want to play. Like, give access, right? However, it's another thing that you're paying for, and how much are you actually gonna play it? You know what I'm saying? That's my thoughts right there.
I'd like to play Donkey Kong 64 again. That's about it. I love that game. Like,
just give me the monkey.
I
that's
grinded
cool,
that game and beat it 100% back in the day.
That's cool, man.
I'll probably play it again. But that's about it. Like,
I did forget Star Fox 64. That one, I think that's cool. That's going to be multiplayer, for example, that you can play with your friends, because that was a really hard game to play with 4 people and actually pass it with 4 people. I mainly play that one by myself. So to be able to play that one online is really really cool. A 64 game online, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's awesome. Like, they've had this capability for God knows how long.
I mean, honestly, all I care about playing is Star Fox 64 as well, because it has multiplayer. Like, that's a great addition. But yeah, these are ROMs. These are ROMs.
Yeah.
I've been able to do this with like other devices for a long time. It's great that they're doing it. And I know we're gonna get into it. What I find interesting is the controller, though. That is interesting.
Oh my God, yes.
Anyways, before that, right? Like, this is $10 more a year, right, to get these games. It's like, it's not much money, but horrible. Still, it's like, think of the business practice. They're putting ROMs on a device and charging people $10 more, a year.
A month.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Or a year.
No,
a year, right?
a year.
That was a year. Okay. Yeah. Still, up to 1 million users, right?
So here's the thing that I'm hoping they don't do.
You want to explain a little bit about that part a little bit, silly, because we kind of just jumped in.
About what?
About the online stuff, the online stuff. Like, kind of give us like a general overview, because we kind of just gave our thoughts, but give us like a good like general overview of like everything that they're gonna release.
All right, so basically this expansion is you can access the catalog of Nintendo 64 games, which from what I can see is just a few, not a lot. and that they're planning on releasing more as they go by. And again, they showed us which ones, and it's not a lot. The Nintendo Online serves two purposes. One, to obviously play online with other people, which, if you play Smash Brothers, then this is not news for you. And then the other thing is that you have access to Nintendo and Super Nintendo emulated games. Here's where I get a little iffy about this. Like, I am excited because I do want to play the Kirby and the Crystal Shards again. I do want my wife to play that game again, or for the first time, I should say.
Right.
They're gonna put the original Mario Tennis, which for me is a huge win.
That's cool.
I love that game. I want to play Star Fox again.
Ooh, Echo the Dolphin's going to be on the Genesis emulator. That is a trippy ass game.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're
that is a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold up. But this is where I'm getting at. So like the Nintendo 64 lineup looks very promising, and it really gets me excited. It just irks me that you're gonna have to pay a little more, and it's in the grand scheme of things, it's not much, but it's still like, okay, fine, And then the second thing, it's if the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo have taught me anything, the catalog of games that they have is that, dude, like no joke, 70% of the games you can play on the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo emulators on the Switch are really not games you'll ever play. They're not good games either. There's some really obscure shit in that list.
Yeah.
And so I'm just really scared that they're gonna release these. They're gonna release the Nintendo 64 stuff. It's gonna be some really good games, and then it's gonna have all these crappy ass games we never played. Ogre 64. Who played that?
Oh my god. Yeah.
So it just scares me, but at the same time I'm a little excited because like you guys said, playing Star Fox 64 again is gonna be phenomenal, especially with the multiplayer. And then going into that, it's the remote. It's going to be $50 for one remote. One.
Yeah, for one remote that you're going to only play these emulator games with before. So last night we kind of talked about this a little bit, just kind of getting ready for the podcast. When we were talking about the price, I was thinking about the PlayStation remotes, they're $60. The Xbox remotes, they're $90 or whatever. The even the Joy-Cons are $60 each one every time you buy them or whatever.
Yeah,
they're not cheap, but those remotes are for a bunch of crap ton of newer games, right? The 64 emulator remote that you're gonna buy
just for
is
these.
for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. 9 games. So that's $50 for 9 games that you're gonna be spending. Now for somebody who's working well, making money, or whatever, it may not be that big of a deal, thankfully. But to somebody who $50 matters, it's sorry, if you want to play with the original remote, you're gonna have to pay more money. But I mean, it was expected, right? It's not that it was expected if they're gonna release the remote. It can't be freaking free, But
of course, but fuck, man,
it could be $30, dude. It could be $30. You know what I'm saying?
Hear me out. Hear me out. I think it's a fine price. I think it's fine. I know you're gonna think it's crazy, but
you're crazy, man. It's $50.
$50, man. Listen to me though. How much does it cost to get an original N64 controller on eBay, new?
Let's look it up right now. While you're talking, look it up. I'll look it up.
And either way, that controller can only be used with an N64. Anyways, the market here is going to be people that use emulators, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, imagine that. I know how much controllers cost out there, on Amazon, to get things that are, similar to the old school controllers. It can be expensive. And this is, you're playing with the legit N64 controller on a PC. I think there are some adapters that you can do that with, but, and those are expensive as well, so...
Yeah.
Anyways, I think someone right? He's gonna buy that shit.
He's gonna buy 4 of them.
He's gonna buy 4 exactly. He's gonna buy 4 of those.
But that's the thing. It's $200.
Well, I had to look.
Dude, I think the Joy-Cons are a ripoff already. They're $80, $90.
The Joy-Cons are kind of rip-ups. They are rip-ups.
They suck. They're horrible controllers.
They are.
All right. So I found the remote. So refurbished purple, the see-through one is $45.
Refurbished
on eBay. Refurbished. It's $45. So it's not a terrible. The $50 is not a terrible price because this is a collector's item at this point. Because let's think about it. You're only gonna get it because you want to play those games. And like me, that I literally have. I'm holding my purple 64 controller as we speak because it's hanging on my shelf right now. Right. I'm not gonna use this to play new games. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to play the new games and have that remote, we're gonna have to pay.
Watch, I bet you that thing's gonna get sold out immedially. I'm telling you.
Immediately, bro. Immediately.
And they're gonna scalp the out of it.
So that's why it's worth $50. People are willing to pay it.
Yeah, scalpers, man.
All right, so before we move on, what is one game that, again, we already mentioned we're excited for Star Fox, we're excited for Kirby, we're excited for this. Actually, Johnnyboi, you're excited for Donkey Kong, right? You said that.
Yeah, but it's not on the list.
It's not on the list, though. Yeah, it's not on the list.
Okay, so I guess Johnnyboi answered the question. He wants Donkey Kong 64. What's a game that you want on this service? Like, what's maybe like not necessarily one of like the top games, but one that you really would like to play again?
Oh, you know what? I just saw the list of the ones that they're working on. Do you want me to tell you real quick? The ones that are coming?
I'm still upset.
You know which game
I
I would
like?
like? You know which game that I really liked younger was it 1080? It was a snowboard game.
Ooh, yeah, the Avalanche. 1080 Avalanche. Yeah.
Dude, that game was great, man. 1080. Yeah. And there was another snowboard game before, but then I like this one more. I forgot what the other one was called. Yeah.
Is it one with the like cartoon characters by any chance?
Yeah, maybe.
I know which one you're talking about. I forgot the name, but I can see the little like nosy cart. They had like big noses. Anyway, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's a good game. 1080 for
1080 snowboarding. Yep.
For me, I want Jet Force Gemini.
Oh,
I know it's not gonna happen. It's gonna be. I know I can play it on the Xbox, but Jet Force Gemini, man, I wouldn't mind replaying that again. Master Rain.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's gonna start with Majora's Mask, Mario Golf, Pokemon Snap, F-Zero X, Kirby: The Crystal Shards, Paper Mario, Banjo-Kazooie, and that's it. So those are the ones that they're going to be currently working on next. So you're gonna have Kirby. You're gonna have your Kirby. I'm cool with Pokemon Snap. I think that's pretty fun. I always wanted to play that a lot more. Majora's Mask, I beat it. I'd love to play it again. F-Zero would be a fun one to play. But
yeah.
But it's just cool that it's just handheld and you can take it around with you.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm excited. At the end of the day, I am excited to play these Nintendo 64 games. It's just getting the remote's gonna be a bitch.
Yeah.
All right, then the Castlevania Advanced Collection.
I'm excited about that, actually. I mean, it already came out, I saw. But I like the Castlevania DS game, so if they came out with an Advanced Collection, that means they're coming out with a DS one. So.
Oh, is there one specific DS game that you're waiting for?
Man, honestly, I forgot what they were called. But there were 3 of them. The first one was good, and then the last one, I think it had something to... let me look it up. But anyways, there's an advanced game in this collection that's like that relates to one of the DS games. So
yeah, isn't it
Aria of Sorrow? Yep.
Yeah, Aria of Sorrow. And then that one's set in the future or like more contemporary to us with that one looks cool. I'm okay with this one. I think it's great that they're bringing these old Castlevania games. I think back in the Game Boy Advance days, these were the games to play.
They were. Indeed, they were. They're so mechanics were pretty good.
Yeah, and they were fun, and again, like playing Castlevania on the run is very enticing. So, I mean, that's as much as I need to say. I think it's great that they're releasing these, and yeah, Johnnyboi.
I enjoy the Castlevania game, so yeah, you can buy it on Steam as well. So I'll probably get it there.
But like one thing to mention about it, which is good, is like they released the older Castlevania games, but they're very different from the ones that have came out recently. So they're more like Metroid. So this is like the first collection that comes out that it's back to the Metroidvania type of thing. Yeah.
Let me cut you off real quick on this Castlevania. I was watching the trailer. We talked about this before. It's a literal ROM. It's an actual literal emulator. Yeah. But they're giving you some of the emulator capabilities, bro. Like rewinding the game and being able to like try apart again and being able to quick save and quick load. They're literally giving you the emulator capabilities, which I'm not mad about. It's just hilarious. It's just hilarious, dude. That like we've been able to do this forever on PC, and I thought until now they're like, woohoo, look at this, like we got these emulators. It's just we're still glad about it, though, is the thing, because Nintendo was going after all of these emulator companies and shutting them all down. So it's like, if you're gonna shut it down, freaking give us the emulators then, right? So hey.
Mm-hmm. Dude, no joke. I still have the ROMs from back in the day.
Same.
I am not getting rid of those.
Bro, I have that CD you gave me from a long time ago, man.
I know. Yes, I have that. And I copied it.
that,
I have it. I have multiple copies.
Don't tell Nintendo.
Central American shit.
Yeah, man. When you live in a third world country, you got to do this shit.
You got to do what you got to do.
All right. Hot Wheels Unleashed. The only reason I put this here is because I just read a review that it's a very, very, very good racing game. So just seeing it on the Switch is surprising. I don't think it's gonna do well on the Switch, but because it has to compete with like Mario Kart.
Exactly. And Chocobo GP now.
Ooh, yeah. And Chocobo GP. But hey, good game. Looks good. I don't know. Will I buy it? No. Mario movie.
Let's finish with the Mario movie.
No, I wanted to, but we got to talk about Splatoon 3, man.
Yeah, let's do
Splatoon and Bayonetta.
Let's talk about Splatoon 3. So yeah, Splatoon 3 got announced. There was they had a big section on Direct for it, so it looks like they're going to market it a lot. But what are your thoughts on the Splatoon series and this particular game?
I think it's an awesome game. If you've never tried it, try it, because like it's got a very original like gameplay loop to it. Yeah, so it's like a shooter, but I mean, have you played Splatoon?
Playing like long time ago. I really don't remember playing it.
Yeah. So
I'm watching videos of it right now.
Yeah, so Splatoon, the basic gist is you're throwing paint all over the place, and so the team that wins is the team that has the most paint, like covering the arena. But while you're doing that, like you're shooting people, and then you have a mechanic to become like a squid, and then you can go under your own paint. So like that's a strategy to be able to like rush people. It's a good game because like it's like an easy game for kids to play, but it's got a lot of depth to it. Easy to get into, hard to master, those types of games.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool actually. It
had plenty of updates. Splatoon 2 always had events and shit. So yeah, I think it's worth having a new game now.
That's cool. Okay,
you tried getting me into it, and to be honest, I thought it was a pretty good multiplayer game.
Oh, dude, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm watching the trailer right now, and tell you what you're saying right now. It's making sense looking at the trailer because I really don't remember Splatoon like at all. But it does look like they are adding so much to this game, dude. Like they are going in on this game, man.
Well, they want to like appeal to the competitive like player because it can get very nerve wracking. That's for sure. Like there is a lot of strategy involved. Like, yes, it's a simple game, but
Yeah. So, and I would actually, I think a good like kind of analogy is that, so Splatoon, like you don't need any skill. Like Counter-Strike is all about skill, being able to control that recoil, get your shots in, make sure you're stopping when you're shooting. But like you said, the actual game, like the game mode is simple. Put a bomb down, take it out. Mm-hmm. But in Splatoon, there's like a lot more aspects to it, and so that's where the strategy comes. It's not the skill, but it's like the strategy of trying to get the map like full
that's
paint.
Really cool. That's pretty cool. That's not bad. That's pretty cool that they have strategy in like a kiddie looking game, but it's not necessarily that kiddie. I can imagine some kids getting pretty sweaty in that game.
I'm just glad Nintendo's coming out with like new IP that's not like tied to or a spin-off of another series. It's like a breath of fresh air, at least for me.
Yeah. You even mentioned that one time when we were kind of talking, and you're right. I think, I'm not sure, but it seems like the last IP they came out with was Splatoon.
Wow. But yay. Hey, here they go. They got something good working for them. So let's move on. I guess let's move on to the next one. Bayonetta 3, you guys. So I guess my first question here is: have y'all ever played Bayonetta?
Yes.
Okay. How about you, Johnny? What about you?
I have not played it.
I played a little bit of it, but I don't know. It didn't grip me as much as I don't know. Me and Silly have a friend that loves it.
My God. Yep. I was thinking, yep. I was thinking the exact same thing.
And
here's the thing, dude. The first one. Okay, I'm gonna be very, very honest here. That game got me horny.
How old were you when that game came out?
Heyo.
I was Was
it on the Wii U that the first one came out?
No, Xbox 360.
Okay.
Oh.
So it was during the college days, and I must say, man, like playing that game in a Christian college was dangerous.
Dangerous.
You were repressed. Yeah.
It was more because of my friends, man. Like, I mean, I was like, oh boy, but my friends were like, what are you playing, man? Oh God. Some of the people, they couldn't even look at a poster of they couldn't even look at like a Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
Yeah, that's too much. Showing shoulders is too much. You know what I'm saying? But
anyway, not to go into specifics. But I bought the first one because I like Devil May Cry games, and Onimusha and stuff like that. And this one was like, to be honest, like the most perfect. It's the perfect action game. It's so fucking fast and good and great, and it's just Dante with a sexy bod and female.
Nice.
and dude, and sassy. My God, some of the lines. It's like, whoa, mamma mia. So yeah, Bayonetta 3. Probably not gonna play it.
I love how the Japanese do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm excited for everybody who loves this game, and I'm excited for everybody who's gonna play this game. It looks sweet. We'll see how it's gonna run. I am hoping it's gonna be at least 30 frames per second. That won't be bad at all. But dude, yeah, man, action packed out the ass, bro, and that ass. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But dude, that looks tight.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is 60 because they released Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2 at 60, and like they had two options, I believe, and so it will probably be 60. But again, exactly, it's like I wish the console was more powerful, man. You know what I mean? Like this game should look better. I don't know, those trailers. And also, people have been waiting for this game forever, man.
Since 2017 at least, I think.
Forever. So, like, they better live up to their fans, On a side note, I really liked the other game they came out with not too long ago from the same company, Astral Chain. That one was really good.
Ooh, I heard a lot of good stuff about that. Yeah.
Really good.
That's a good game. Yeah, my brother plays that a lot.
Dude, it has this music when you go into the lobby that's awesome. It's awesome. You just want to be in the lobby.
I love that. I love.
You can have it on loop for hours.
And then Nintendo also said they were going to release, or they're in plans on making a Mario movie. Everyone lost their shit when they found out it was Chris Pratt who was going to voice Mario.
Bro, I lost my shit when it was Charlie Day who's going to voice Luigi, bro.
Me too. Yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's weird.
I immediately texted Ray when I found the news about Luigi being Charlie Day. Like, that's I think more excited about than anything else.
Same here.
I mean, as much as actually out of all the characters in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Charlie Day's character is the most hilarious.
Dude, he is the Rat King, bro. He is so funny. But
him as Luigi, it's like, really, Luigi?
That's gonna be good, man. Dude, I think there is an episode of Always Sunny where he dresses up as Luigi as well.
Oh my God!
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. He dresses up as Luigi for a Halloween episode.
And what's his name's gonna be Donkey Kong?
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Donkey Kong.
Dude, and also Fred Armisen's gonna be Cranky Kong.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Also, Fred Armisen's hilarious.
Who's playing Toad? It's Peel. Okay, so Keegan-Michael Key is going to be playing Toad, which I find kind of weird because it's like I'm trying to imagine Toad with a black voice.
Oh my gosh, bro, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I don't know if you know this actor. He's got the whitest voice ever.
Yeah. He has a wide range for voices. He also played one of the teddy bears or a duck in the Toy Story movie.
Oh yeah, he did. But that's the thing. It's like he sounds like he talks like a black guy.
Nah, he'll do good.
He'll be good.
No, I think so. I just find it funny that
I don't think he's gonna sound like a black guy.
I hope. I mean, I'll be disappointed.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he sounds like. But
you know
whatever.
What's the perfect casting? You know, it's a perfect casting. Jack Black as Bowser. I feel like he's gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of like that. Yeah, I like that. No, they have a lot of really, and the guy who voices Mario is also going to be in it as a cameo, which I think is fine. I mean, I get why they get Chris Pratt. I mean, they want kind of like the star power.
Oh hell yeah!
But at least they're getting the original guy in there. So,
do you think Chris Pratt's going to do the Italian accent? Like, what's going to happen?
Man, I don't know, man. That's kind of one of those things where I'm like, we'll see when we see a trailer.
We'll see. Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm just gonna say they cast John Leguizamo as Luigi in the 1993 movie. I don't think you can do worse than that. but I hope he has a cameo in this one. It'd be hilarious. But I don't think he will.
Hilarious, yeah. No,
I don't think he'll get one, but it'd be awesome if he did.
Yeah.
So, final thoughts on the whole Nintendo Direct, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think this was great? Not so great? Sucky?
If you want to go first, Zapito, I guess.
Nah, it was fine. It was whatever, to be honest. It didn't show anything that you're like, oh, holy shit. Like, I think a lot of the things we already knew about. There was like a brief mention of Shin Megami Tensei 5. That one I'm excited for. But, I mean, they didn't even really do a big trailer for it because they did it last time, I think. But, yeah, whatever. That's how I think.
Nice. Okay. Johnny, your thoughts?
It's a little meh for me. Pretty much the only game I'm really excited about is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Aside from that, I'll see what else comes out. I'll probably try Splatoon 3 when it comes, after a while.
Yeah.
I do want to try out that game. But just 2 games on my list.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I personally was hoping that it was gonna make me like want to go out and buy a Switch, but I kind of feel like at the moment of buying a Switch. Like, I really want to play Legend of Zelda and I really want to play Smash Brothers, but like really at the moment it kind of feels like that is about it. Up until like Star Fox 64 and we can all play it, that'd be really cool and all that. But it just, to me, it was like I just watching the whole thing, it made me wish that the Switch was gonna come out with a high performance Switch that can do massive frames and whatever. We're not really getting that, and we had a discussion last night about the price of the OLED screen versus the regular Switch screen, and it's a $50 difference, and it's really not that much of a difference. But I just wish we could get more performance, because the OLED screens are beautiful, and like you really should play those games at OLED screens, because like you're not gonna get any more performance, yo. You're not gonna get any more performance. So you really should get a better screen. You know what I'm saying? So because but if you could get more performance, I would be so happy. I would pre-order. I would be like on it so quick. But at the moment, that's part of the reason why I waited so long to buy a Switch. And like I'll go out and buy one soon, because I really want to play with you guys online. There's a lot of cool multiplayer games, and we are Revive Me, bro. But it's kind of like what Johnny said. It's kind of a meh. I kind of feel like, to me, it was like a 6.5 out of 10.
All right. I'm excited for a few of the things here. Disco Elysium coming to the Switch. The Kirby game as well. I'm excited for that. The free update on Mario Golf is exciting too, because that's the game I've been playing lately. And then, like, of course, Metroid Dread and the Nintendo 64 emulator. I don't know if I'll be able to buy the remote, but I mean, I'm excited that I'll be able to play Mario Tennis and Kirby and the Crystal Stars and all these other games. So, for me, it's not a complete loss. I think the Nintendo Direct was probably my favorite compared to like the last few Nintendo Directs.
Okay, valid, sure. So
I give it more of a 7.5 out of 10. It's just that there are things that just, still annoy me. The fact that they're going to charge you for the extra for the Nintendo 64 expansion, how much the controllers cost. We didn't even talk about they're adding the Sega Genesis games when Sega already released like a collection of their games.
You're right.
So you're basically going to get these games twice, especially if you bought the collection, which I have. So it's like, well, wow. Thanks,
Yep.
It's like, I'm going to have these games again. But again, like, not going into negatives, but it's like, overall, it was a good show. It showed a lot of good, interesting ideas, good games. Some kind of okay ones, but I mean, as a Switch owner, not bad. It's like,
nice,
not bad.
Nice. That's awesome. That's good to hear. That's good to, because I'm not a Switch owner yet. So, once I get there, my thoughts might change a little bit.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. That's it for today's episode. I want to thank Johnnyboi and Zapito Muerto for joining us on the pod. We'll bring back Zapito for a proper review.
Yeah.
Especially of a game we've been playing lately. So you'll hear more for Zapito. And also, these boys are always with us when we're streaming. So, give them a shout out too. They're part of the crew. So we're just glad to have you guys here. So again, thank you so much, guys, for joining us. You really made this discussion way more entertaining and funny and insightful. So thank you.
Hell yeah! Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys so much.
All right. So anyways, remember to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all the social medias. We're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and of course, YouTube. Remember to leave us a comment on YouTube, or if you're listening to Apple Podcasts, remember to review our episodes. Leave us 5 stars and feed the holy algorithm so that people can find our show organically.
Algorithm.
Press the likes.
I know.
Press them all. All the buttons.
Anything for the kids, Zapito? Anything for the kids? What do you want to tell the kids?
Pay attention to your parents.
Stay in school. Drugs are expensive.
Parents are old and wise. Treat them right, and they'll buy you video games.
Don't spend all your money on Steam sales.
No, Johnny, that's wrong. We are supposed to do that.
I think that's a passage. That's a passage of life when you become an adult. You're like, I got money. Look at all these games. What? I can buy 20 games for $40. I can buy another 10 more.
Anyway, this is Silly Squirrel
and Master Rain.
Remember, always heal your teammates before they die. Peace out.
Peace, guys.